Hello, my name is Elizabeth Nakiru. I am the host for the Women in Tax show. Today we'll be hosting an amazing guest. She's called Dr. Maggie Kigozi. She's an accomplished businesswoman. She is a medical professional doctor and formerly ED for Uganda Investment Authority. She'll be sharing her experience, her insights, and her life hacks that will be able to inspire us, encourage us, and make us better as we grow our nation, as we grow our careers, and as we get inspired to support and build Uganda together. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for considering watching something to do with tax and URA. Yeah. I know it's not such a popular subject with most people, but they are very, very important to this economy. Yeah. So we need them. We need them because the government needs money. You need to pay it so that they can provide you with services. Anyway, that's my view. My name is Professor Maggie Kigozi. Yes, I am a medical doctor by training, and I worked as a doctor for 17 years. But then I went on to move to business, not by choice. Okay. My husband was in business and passed away, so I took over. We ran Crown Beverages Limited. We produce your favorite drinks, Pepsi, Mirinda, Mountain Dew, 7-Up. All those are our drinks, plus water. Okay. 2 brands of water. Water is very popular nowadays. So that is with my 2 partners. So it's not just me, there are 3 of us, and maybe that's a message Ugandans need to get. Totally. Partnerships are good. Totally. Yes, you have different skills, you put them together, you are likely to succeed. So we have succeeded, we have expanded. In Uganda, we have another factory on Entebbe Road, and now we've gone to Kenya. We've taken over Pepsi in Kenya. Beautiful. Yes. You
pay taxes.
We do. We pay taxes in Kenya as well.
That's totally important.
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, as you said, I moved on to Uganda Investment Authority for that number of years. Yeah. I worked for government. Yeah. And brought in all those investors, started Namave Park and others. There are some critical areas I'm proud of. But then I retired from there. Retirement is a challenging thing that we always talk about. I retired from there and then went on to, well, I still am with Pepsi Crown Beverages, and I'm now a farmer. I grow food, I grow coffee, I grow palm oil. Just started that one. Yeah, so that's the last thing that I'm doing.
I love the introduction. You've not gone into in depth, but someone can tell that you're passionate about all these things you've done. Yes. You've put your mind to all of these things and you've succeeded at them. So let's go back a little bit. What was the dream growing up as a young girl? Someone would want to know, what was it that set you off?
My father, when I was in nursery school, told me I should be a doctor. Okay. I never questioned that.
You just took it on?
I just did it. He managed to put me in the right schools, good schools. I was in Aga Khan Primary, Gayaza High School, Kololo High School, and Makerere Medical School. So yes, I'm not too sure that's a good thing. So those of you who are parents now, can you allow your children to choose? Don't tell them what to do.
So did it make you feel any better, or did you feel comfortable in the medical world that time?
I was okay. I was okay.
So you had no qualms like, Daddy made me do this?
No, I not at that time. It was only since I've done other things, which I find much more interesting.
Than the medicine.
And also saw my friends who had themselves selected medicine. They had a passion for it. Even my daughter. She selected to go to medicine and she loves it. I could see that I didn't have that passion. Yes, I was happy. I was a good doctor. My patients were getting better. I loved working with children. But I think you give your children a chance to pick what it is they want to do.
Okay, so you get into medicine for these 17 years. Is that the time you got married, got children, or it was later?
Yes. I met my husband I was working as an intern during my holidays between Essex and university. You know, we have that long gap. I was working for BAT, and that's where I met my husband. Okay. Yes, we were together after. He had to wait I had to finish medical school, which, as you know, is very many years.
It's rigorous.
Yes, so I did finish medical school, and then we got married. But what else? Family, I was a sportswoman. Yeah, you can hear. From Gayaza, they trained us very well, so we're great tennis
Public
players.
speaking, right?
Everything. Gayaza is a great school. Yes, religion, I think. That was the first place I got religion. Yeah, was at Gayaza High School. And so the ethics that I live with, the beliefs, the help to people,
So
all
do you
that I
think
got from
school
Gayaza.
choices for children also matter to parents?
Absolutely. I was lucky
They help
to
you
be in
shape
good schools. And of course the university as well. You learn a lot in the university. You're older, you learn to deal with, you know, older people and professors and what have you. Yes, so benefits.
So after children, was it when the turning point for business came, or it was when you're still in medicine and still?
I was in medicine. Unfortunately, we had these political issues here in Uganda, so we had to leave, my husband in particular. I was 19, I graduated in 1976.
Okay.
And did my internship, but at that time Idi Amin came in, and then we still had challenges with Obote too. Yes, so we had to leave the country. But because of my medical degree from Makerere University, I never lacked a job. I could always find a job. So we were in Zambia, and my husband was with the breweries. Luckily for him, the brewery takes you whenever you have any problem. Once they've trained you, they want to employ you.
Totally.
So he was employed in Zambia, and I went and got a job with the Ministry of Health in government. Then we came to Nairobi again. I was able to work for the Ministry of Health.
So that is like coming back closer to home.
Closer to home, and we stayed there longer, hoping to come home. Of course, we were trying to support the Museveni, you know. We were the outside wing of the NRA. And so we came back in '86 with the present government, yes.
So you come back with the kids and settle and then start again from where you
Yes. So here it was easy to get a job. Unlike the others, these ones know me. They were with me in Makerere. So I got a job working in Parliament. The clinic. There's a clinic in Parliament. You look after the MPs, everybody works in government, senior army officers. Yeah, so that's where I was when my husband passed away. He was just privatized Crown bottlers at that time. They had privatized it and he had been working there as the ED. With all his experience from brewery, he was running the Crown bottlers. And he had only worked for 2 years when he got a heart attack and passed.
So sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's when I found myself having to move into business. Yeah.
Interesting. So if I may ask, was that your first interaction with tax, or you had some bit of knowledge about taxes?
I had some knowledge in that we do PPE.
Okay.
We do PPE.
That's the first realization we get after school.
It's only PAYE and NSSF. So even that's not even a tax, but everybody thinks of it as a tax. Yeah, so those were the only two that I'd really dealt with until I got to Crown Beverages.
Okay, so you get in business and...
I get into business, and yes, you were nasty. URA at that time was not the customer-friendly people we see now. No. I remember we hadn't paid VAT. We were delayed in paying VAT. So the team picked up our trucks on the road. You know, our trucks coming back to the factory, they were being picked up on the road by URA just to embarrass us. You know, that road very busy coming, Hotel Africana, that main Ginger Road, just down there. They came and picked them up. Scared, of course, the driver and our salesperson, really, took them to URA just in order to first they took the cash off them, because they had been selling, they had money. Yeah, so that was a very nasty experience from URA that I know you don't do at all now,
No.
and you are really very customer friendly. So
Thank you
that
for
was
the
the old URA.
Yeah, thanks
They
for
were
the
struggling, of
compliment.
course, to meet targets.
Target,
They
yeah.
needed to collect those taxes, and it was true we had delayed with the VAT
VAT.
tax. Yeah.
Okay, so you cleared all of that and got back to business?
Yes, of course, we got our trucks back. We were able to, well, they took the money from the trucks directly, which for us is money that also is required to buy sugar, to, you know, it's not just, we don't collect money for taxation only. But yes, so we went on to become good partners. URA started talking to business, talking to us at the Uganda Manufacturers Association. Later on, PSFU also came on board. So we are now on good terms. You have set up the high net worth section,
Yes.
where they come, they visit us, they talk to us, you know.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Professional.
So we've moved a long way, plus the most important one, digitalisation.
Ah,
We don't
okay.
need to see you, we don't need to
Totally,
talk to you.
totally.
No, we don't.
Totally.
We can just pay everything online, clear everything online, be told what to pay, any information we need is online. So yes, URA has come a long ways now, really investor friendly.
It's good to know that. Now, if I may ask, when you stepped into business, at what point, after understanding the taxes that you were paying, how to go about it, at what point do you get into Uganda Investment Authority?
Yes, so when I worked in Pepsi for 6 years, and we got partners after that, and you know, when you are a shareholder, it really is not necessary to be
like
on a day-to-day in
desk?
office, but at the beginning it was. Before you set up,
You
before
had
you
just
have
gotten
good
in.
management. So at the beginning, so my husband was the one who was there. So I walked in and I said, you know, I am here. My husband is a shareholder. Maybe one important thing my husband did that I need to share is left a will. He left a will, so it was very clear who is now coming in after him, and who
You didn't
is.
face resistance like you are a woman, let us do this for you. Or you walked in and said, I am here.
Yes, I am
Going
here, and this
nowhere.
is the will, and I own a percentage of this company
Yes.
because my husband owned it, and I am available.
Sure.
My two partners were still in Kenya. We had all been in Kenya, even me, as I told you. But we came back earlier. My husband came back earlier than they did.
Okay.
So they were happy that at least one of us is here. So even when I walked in, they were happy that, yes,
You have
I am
come.
local and I'm going to be available to sit at the company.
So that was an advantage.
An advantage, but it was true. I knew absolutely nothing about business.
But I like the courage that got you there. At least you walked into the door and said, I
Yes,
am here.
I am here.
Yeah.
And then I also recognized very quickly that I don't know anything, and I needed to know. But because I knew medicine, I knew you could learn. There's nothing you can't learn.
Certainly. After medicine, I mean, what can't you learn?
What can't you learn? Luckily, there was a big advert in the paper from Commerce in Makerere. Short courses.
Okay.
Entrepreneurship skills training, that was I think 10 days. Then customer care, 5 days. Finance, which was my biggest problem. Finance for non-finance managers, another 5 days. You know, public relations, another 5 days. I actually did all of them. They were after work. So Professor Balunywa, because of what he teaches, knew that we were all businessmen. We in Uganda, we are businessmen and businesswomen, all of us.
In the class.
But we know nothing. Not in the class,
Ah.
in our businesses.
Okay.
We are there running them as we feel, you know, or trying to hire different
on the
people
job.
on the job.
Okay.
So he put these short courses for us, and wow, they were lifesavers.
I understood the
After
needs.
that, I came back and I knew what, you know, the finances were.
How to look at the books. books.
I could now look at them. I could understand taxation because they taught us what it was. Yes. So to others who are going into business,
self-improvement right there.
Yes, go and find out.
What
And
you
now
need
it's
to
not only Professor Balunywa, it's not only moves, it's many places.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur, even URA teaches us,
Yeah.
even NSSF teaches us, even the bankers. They have courses for business people that they are helping business people. Yes, and generally they're often free. So if it's a matter of money, lack of it, you can still go and do these courses in many places. Even government is trying. Even government
So
is
do you
trying.
think it was easier for you to do the business and understand taxes after these courses?
Absolutely.
So you were able to handle all the tax issues
After
and
that,
everything?
of course, I also continued to learn on the job.
Yeah.
I was asked by UMA to sit on their board, Mr. Mulwana. There were no women. Of course, there are few women in business.
Yes, totally.
So he asked me, can you come and sit on the board? I really knew nothing. I didn't know what I was going to do on that board, but I said yes, and I went. And there I met all the business people. I learned so many issues. I knew the quarrels with URA, which we were having, and why we were having them, and how we could address them. So yes, sitting on the UMA board, I volunteered. We are not paid. You know, Ugandans, when we ask you to volunteer for things, the first thing is how much are you going to pay you? You are not going to be paid, but the benefits for our companies. You are sitting on this board, which deals with government about your company. And secondly, you meet all these great people. I know every businessman and woman in Uganda.
Totally.
First because of UMA, but then later on I got the job at the UIA. So it's very helpful.
So you got into UIA. How was the experience there?
Yes, a bit similar, I must say. I knew now they took me over others because of my private sector experience. The 6 years in Crown Beverages and 6 years sitting on the UMA board. So I had private sector experience. But of course, the details of what UIA does, I had to learn on the job. Luckily, there were so many people willing to train us, all, World Bank, UNIDO, and all those. They really wanted to help investment agencies to promote investment in their countries. So we did get a lot of training. Training for me has always been very important, and it helps. Plus learning from the people I found there. I found a very good team that had been doing the work for a few years, and I was able to learn from the other managers.
So at what moment did you feel like you have made it in your life? What was that moment in your life that you felt like, I have come a long way, here I am?
Yes, well, with Pepsi doing well, yeah,
You're like,
we've done it. We are doing it. Of course, it's challenging. It has a lot of risk. Being in the private sector, there are always risks. Like we've just expanded to Kenya, there are risks that you can see. But we hope we shall also overcome that. We've done the Uganda side. The competition was stiff. Yeah, so in that area, we are three of us, so we can put our heads together and come up with solutions. The UIA, that for me has been the most interesting, the most exciting part of life.
What did it mean for you in that
For
time?
me, it was a lot of traveling. I love traveling. I've been to almost every country. Well, many countries, definitely all the continents in the world, many countries in the world, promoting investment, promoting my country, Uganda. It was discovering Uganda at a different level. Yeah, we know Uganda is a fantastic place. Beautiful climate, beautiful water, so much water everywhere, nice soils, great food, loads of minerals, loads of petroleum. So it's a rich country. That we learned while we were at the UIA as we were trying to promote it. And we could try to attract the investors to also come, and the locals, more importantly, Ugandans doing business. How do we make it easier for them? So we worked with them. URA in the UIA is a partner. We are like this.
Okay.
We bring the investor, and the first thing they want to know is what is the taxation, how do I pay it, where. So URA actually sits in our office, sits at the Uganda Investment Authority. Now there's a new way, they've got very many organizations sitting together. But the one-stop center of UIA started with, well, UIA, yes, you've seen me, I've attracted you, you are going to set up your business. Number two, URA. They have to tell you, you need to register the TIN number and all that they need. Then, of course, we have others, Uganda Registration Services Bureau. We have, if you are in tourism, then there are the specific bodies, Uganda Tourism Board and others that you need to talk to. Yes, so we had a large number of organizations that we dealt with and that the investor needs. They need a bank, for example. They all have to open a bank account because there are many choices. Yeah, so that was UIA. We traveled the world, we met people, we met all the presidents in the world. So it was very exciting. That was my 12 years.
Are there any tax policies you lobbied for or came in contact with where you felt like, I think this would work well for investors, or URA should think about this?
Absolutely. Every time we were there, because new sectors come that even URA doesn't know, doesn't have yet. So they have to work out now petroleum. What are the taxes for petroleum? Actually, they often listen to the investor who is already investing in petroleum in other countries. So we cause that meeting, and then they work out what that particular new sector. Flowers have come. Fish, we are now exporting fish. So what does URA need of the investor in fish? Do they understand them? Yeah, so every sector that came, and there were many new ones at that time, there's all these things happened during my time there.
You had to cause a meeting with URA so that you iron out those taxes, whatever it is they needed.
They needed to understand. Then came the digitalization. We were very much a part of lobbying for digitalization in Uganda, which then you are benefiting from. Yeah, you were not, I'm sure you were lobbying in your own way. You knew you needed it. Some of the other countries, the Americas and others, already were digitalized. So we worked together to get digitalization work for us as Uganda. So we had to, first of all, get the internet.
Okay.
We worked with the African Union to get submarine cables come to Uganda, and then the others who set up the towers, and so that was the start. Then we worked with setting up what do you call them, supervisors, the ones who manage the system. So Uganda Communications Commission. You remember we had Broadcasting Council instead, and Broadcasting Council now it had to be taken up by UCC, Uganda Communications Commission, to regulate the sector. Otherwise, you'd be, all kinds of things would be happening.
Those were like the steps to the digitization that
is now functioning so well, and we as private sector particularly really appreciate it. We used to spend hours in banks, either paying for water, paying for electricity, paying taxes. You first go to URA,
then you go to
the bank, then you bring back oh God, it was horrible. Yes, now
it's easier.
It just goes.
Just a quick one. So you're doing these amazing things, you're doing these jobs. What was it like juggling motherhood, career? I feel like one has to give somewhere.
Yes, definitely. When I had a strong husband, and he was available, and he was a good father. He was there for the children until he passed. So he passed when my youngest, the only one that all of you know, Navio, was about 9 years old. He was 9 years old. So he had gone to boarding school. So the fact that the kids were in boarding school meant that I had a bit of time to work. Yes, apart from visits and dropping them and picking them, which for me, my children always come first, above anything else.
Okay.
I look after the needs of the children.
First, yeah.
And then, of course, their needs include school fees.
Totally.
You need to pay them.
Yeah.
So I needed to do these jobs in order to, yes.
So they understood that mommy's working because of us, and we have to, you know,
Yes.
fit in somewhere.
Well, no, they never had to fit in. They were always number one. Necessary, we go to work together. If he's at home and is not happy, we go to work together. So the challenge was our company was very young.
Yeah.
So we were not making much money as Pepsi. And so we actually had to put in more. We kept on having to put in rather than be paid. Yes, so it took some time before. That's why I had, after a while, to find the work at the Uganda Investment Authority. Yeah, then I had a salary and I was able to cover some of the costs of my children.
Yes.
Yes, and when I retired, I then still, Pepsi was doing better. We are now,
Much better.
we are profitable and we are even investing in other things and bringing in new things. So we were better off. But still, I do other things. I have land, I have a farm, and I have 2 farms, and I have a palm oil.
Away from business, what do you do for fun or in your free time?
Yes,
Away from all the serious things.
Yes, I don't know if the others are not equally serious, but yes, I love youth. So I am a scout. I've been a senior scouter. They gave me the top award in scouting just like 3 weeks ago. The bronze wolf is the apex award you can get in scouting for the work that I've been doing in scouting, but locally as well. So scouting I like is young people, is building, empowering them, teaching them discipline. They learn discipline, so I love those ones. And yeah, I always attend those events. And also I've been rising but it was my husband who was a scout. That's the strange thing, not me. It wasn't me, but the scouts do that kind of thing. They adopt you, and then you never go away. Yes. So scouting, I also do a lot for women, empowering women, leadership, business. I got an opportunity when I was at the UIA to really be effective in supporting businesswomen. So businesswomen were small, they didn't know what to do. They were there, they were starting, but they were very few. So we set up the UIA Women Entrepreneurs Network, and we invited them. They're busy, they're busy. They don't want to come. This thing I'm talking about, going for training, they won't go. They have children, they have husbands, they have businesses, so they don't go. So we set up something and we would invite them for lunch or for dinner, or for breakfast, and we would make sure there was an expert. URA, for example, was there to tell them, don't worry about the taxes. This is how it's done, officially do it like this, keep your books of accounts, and we will not have a problem with you. We brought the finance people to talk to them, we brought the communications people, so we kept on building their capacity. And I'm really proud of where they are now. Business women are big, they are strong, and they have very big businesses, some of them, and others are starting, smaller ones. So I think we achieved a lot on the business side, but I have also been on the NGO side to fight for our rights against gender-based violence, female genital mutilation, those horrible things, rape, and HIV, AIDS, how it's passed on. Child marriages, that's a big one. So we've been fighting for those as well. With the business women, I used to chair Akina Mama Africa for a while, for 7 years. which is our apex organization that works at even African Union. Yeah, to fight for our rights as women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite interesting and admirable view.
Thank
So as we
you.
wind up our show, what would you say to, first of all, a young girl, a young adult, and someone struggling with their career? In that order, we can start with a young girl.
The young girl, for me, education is key. If you know there's somebody who's paying school fees, don't drop out. Focus, focus, complete your education. I told you my medical degree got me a job wherever I was. I didn't even have to depend on my husband. Yeah, husbands are sometimes difficult. So get your own money. Try and see that you can make your own money.
Yeah.
So keep on learning. Keep on learning. Either you get the job or you go into business and make money. So to the young girls, focus, focus. Forget boyfriends, and you don't need them at that age. You focus on your studies.
To the young adult, this one is now both the girl and the boy.
And, okay, both the girl and the boy.
Yes.
Even the young one. The young boys similarly, focus on your education. Forget the temptations, which are too many nowadays. Drugs, alcohol. It's largely more the boys than the girls. So please, keep away from those. And your bright future is in front. It's not today. Don't mess around today. Yes, sports is very good for both boys and girls.
Yeah.
It enables you to be strong, enables you to focus, enables you to want to compete. You want to be the best. So that is sports, and it's also very good. So if you're at school, you have an opportunity to do sports. I'm so proud of the Uganda Cranes. Are we winning today?
Hopefully we do. So finally, to a career person,
Yes.
probably struggling with a
The-
career change or choice or
Yes.
work.
Yes. Those of you who have a job, first of all, pat yourself on the back. Do you know how many people don't have jobs? The guys here are with URA. Be the best. Be very good at your job. Yeah. And don't lose it until you are ready to lose it, because you have a job. Now, the ones who don't have a job, can you get a skill? Additional skills? Even those of you who have jobs, there's no harm in
Add on
getting,
something.
add on something. And then begin to look at what job you can do, what business you can do. And you can start it as a side hustle. You can, how do you save? Of course, if you're unemployed, like in URA, you have an SSF.
Yeah.
That one is there. But that one will help you, and you need it when you retire.
Like years later.
You will need it when you are my age. You do need that money. So don't touch it. Don't touch it. Leave it there. But begin to think the one that you have. Can you do something else as well? Jobs are temporary. I say that. I say that the jobs are temporary. You find you are reshuffle, do whatever they do. You know how we do in business as well. And you find yourself without a job. So have you begun to think what you can do? What is your interest? Not like my father who said I should be a doctor. What are you interested in? There are so many opportunities in all the sectors in Uganda. And you do agriculture. Have you got some land? Is your father doing something? Can you help him? Can you grow his business together with him? Family businesses. You are the one who's going to inherit. Don't you want to inherit a big thing? So work with your parents. Because you are the educated one. Maybe your parents were not as educated as you are. Then what sectors? You need the UIA. They have 500 projects on their website. Have you seen them?
Okay.
Just go and skim through. One of them will click for you and say, this I can do.
Okay.
This I would like to do. So look for what business opportunity around you exists. Otherwise, start saving. You can save a little bit. You know, there's a fixed term deposit in the bank. There are bonds that you can buy. You can become a shareholder in MTN or those companies, Uganda breweries that are on the, and so that you have your money, some money that's growing that will be beneficial to you later. Yeah. Yeah, those are some of the things I would say you can do.
One last one. What drives you as a person?
Oh, what drives me as a person? I think most importantly, my family, my children especially, but my extended family. I have my husband's side, my own siblings on my side. Yeah, so my family drives me. I want them to be well, but also my country. 12 years at the UIA not only brainwashed the investors, it also brainwashed those of us who worked in it. Like URA, I'm sure, is making you think Uganda is the greatest because of what you do. So by promoting Uganda for so long, I really want my country to do well. I hate anybody who says anything bad about Uganda. Sometimes politics is mixed into Uganda because you maybe hate the politicians and you don't agree with them, you hate your country as well. I think I want to suggest that you don't do that. Our country is beautiful and we can all contribute to it. I think one of the ways is by creating these jobs that then these young people pay taxes and you pay taxes and we grow our country together.
Okay, any last words as we close the show?
As we close the show, it's a URA show. I want to tell the people of Uganda that URA has a role to play and they are very, very important. This role of collecting taxes from those who have so that the school children can benefit. You can go to a hospital and drugs and everything is free because those of us who can, those of us who have some money, we should pay. So it should be, you shouldn't look at it as the tax is a problem. It is not. It is to benefit us. Your family in the village will be able to get, health care, will be able to send all their kids to school because URA is doing a good job. But they've also tried with this digitalisation, make it easy. And they are training. You are training, URA is training, listen. They are on UTV, they are on, all the various media sites. We need to pay attention and we need to listen and we need to learn and it becomes easier for us to pay the taxes. Just online, on your phone, you don't have to go anywhere. You are able to pay. So today it was URA, therefore I want to end saying, let us support them. Let us enable them to collect the taxes that they need to collect and all of us will be better off.
Thank you for joining us on the show. It was a pleasure to have you and hopefully someone out there will pick a thing or two from what you've shared with us. I love the story, I'm inspired and I'll definitely focus. You said we should focus and do something with our lives. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
This was the Women in Tax show. Thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Well, we are out.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.